Welcome once again to Breakfast Central. Now, the former national treasurer of the Labour Party, Mrs. Oluchi Oparah, has yet again raised alarm over alleged misappropriation of 3.5 billion naira by Julius Abure, the party's, former acting national chairman. The money generated during the 2023 election. This is as Abure himself defended, his points, stating that social critic and co-founder of the Bring Back Our Girls movement, Aisha Yusufu, and Pastor Itwa Igbodalu were signatories to the accounts where campaign donations were channeled, and claimed that the party had no access to these accounts. Well, Aisha Yusufu rather responded to Julius Abure, calling him a liar and stating that she did not embezzle any funds. She also shared from a post in 2022 where Abure asked people to donate to the Labour Party account, contradicting his claims that the party had no involvement in campaign funding.
Joining us this morning is the former National Treasurer for the Labour Party, Oluchi Oparah. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning.
It's a lot of drama that's going on with the Labour Party, and this isn't the first time that we've heard you speak about this. Some months back, I think sometime in February, you had spoken about this and you had been suspended. So we want to go back to how all of this began, when you first raised the alarm about the $3.5 billion, the allegations of mismanagement of funds, of forgery, and all the other handled.
Yeah, I came out sometimes in February, like you said, to say that the former national chairman of our party, Barrister Julius Abure, has to come out clean to explain what had happened to the finances of the Labour Party, allegations of embezzlement, misappropriation, misapplication of power, and a whole lot of things that I came out to say that time, including the forging of the late national chairman's signature to withdraw money from an account after his death. So, and I had come out and I was thinking that Abure should have come out to explain to Nigerians or even allow an external auditor to audit the accounts of the Labour Party. But he has refused to do the needful. Instead, he's trying to do a campaign against the man, Mr. Peter Obi, who gave him life. Because before now, there was no Abure. Before now, Labour Party was nowhere. So I think it's ingratitude on his part, on his side, to come out to want to damage the image of an icon, political icon that is known to the world, not just to Nigeria. Abure should come out because they say he who must go to equity must come with clean hands. He should not divert attention. He should come out to clear the allegation on his head. I think this story is not new to Nigeria because I came out shouting from pillar to post, telling Nigerians that we have to lead by example. Because you can't be saying that the government of the day is not doing the right thing, whereas we have corruption eating under us. Let's even start with Abure. Let him allow an independent auditor to audit the account first. Let's start with ourselves first, before pointing an accusing finger. And again, we did have a campaign account for the Labour Party. So I don't know why he's coming out to say that we never had a campaign account. We did, we have. Aisha Yusufu mentioned the account number yesterday. So we're sure we did have an account. So he should stop peddling lies. To me, it's an attempt to cover whatever he has done. And that shouldn't be.
Let's go back to
your full chest.
Mr. Oparah, let's go back to February, from your allegations in February. Can you shed some light or provide some clarity as to why you are certain Julius Abure must be questioned or is responsible for the mismanagement of those funds? As a treasurer, you're a former treasurer, are there things that you noticed or things that you saw that gives credence to your claims that Julius Abure must be the one who has mismanaged those funds?
Yes, thank you for this question. I came out that February, I said that the late national chairman's signature was forged 2 months after his death. Before the passing of the late national chairman, A.A. Salam of blessed memory, the party didn't have any money in the accounts. Then 2 months after his death, monies were cleared by Julius Abure. 2 months after the man's death, he never bothered what the family was going through as at that time. And again, Abure, at that time that I came out, I noticed that he was transferring money to his wife's account, to his brother's account, John Abure, to his company's account, to everybody, even down to the staff of the office. He will use the staff's account to siphon money. At the end of the day, this same staff will send that money to an account that will send to an account that will get to Abure. So there are a whole lot of things. Do you know, I'm emotional about this whole thing because a lawyer that he claims to be forged a signature of a late man, the national chairman of our party. He didn't even care what the outcome was going to be. So if he said I'm lying, he should let that account be reactivated so the Nigerians can actually see, to even question him, how on earth did the man after his death came out to sign an account, to sign a check for him to claim money from the account.
Yeah, just to clarify.
He should come out and stop pointing an accusing finger to Mr. Peter Obi.
Yeah, just to clarify, you're saying that you found out that Julius Abure was transferring money from Labour Party's official account to his personal account and to, account for his siblings.
Yes. Even his wife's account, yes.
Okay. And also, just to double check with you, I remember in another interview you had granted, you said you weren't a signatory to the account. Correct me if I'm wrong, and that you weren't receiving alerts on the account. Is that correct?
Yes, I was a signatory to the account, but I wasn't receiving alerts. But how I got to know that the party even made huge sums of money was when he came to my house with an audited report, wanted me to sign. And I was shocked to have seen such amount of money. And as at that time, the party was going to have an election in Imo State, in Kogi, and in Bayelsa. We had already gotten about 900 and something million naira. Then plus the 2-point-something billion he came for me to endorse my signature. And I coupled everything, I added everything up, plus the off-cycle elections that we had, plus even the Edo that is about to come. So I put one or two together, and I knew that the party has gotten over 3.5. Even the US tour he made, using the name of the party to go and raise funds for the party. He came back, he didn't remit anything to the party. And this is the same person that is trying to point an accusing finger to Mr. Peter Obi and others. No.
If I hear you correctly, you only found out about this not because you were receiving alerts on the account, but because he brought to you an audit report and asked you to append your signature to it. Is that correct?
Yes, he brought the audit report, asked me to append my signature. And I began to question him. I began questioning him. And I said, can I even know what is happening? Because as at that time, by my calculation, I already knew that the party got way over 900 and something million naira from the elections.
Okay.
That were about to go in at that time. Then plus the one he came for me to come and append my signature on. And I said, can I know what's happening? Next thing he did, he began, he tried to induce me. He came to my house with a car gift. Wanted to gift me with a house and some cash benefit. I said, no, I want to be that woman that will write my name on gold. Let me even know what has happened.
All right. At the point when you noticed this anomaly in the audit report, you had mentioned how you'd also raised alarms. What were the steps that you took to alert the leadership of the Labour Party about what was going on? And then, we can lead the conversation up onto your suspension.
If you will recall, by the time I came out public to do my public outcry, I had already written letters internally, but unfortunately, internal mechanisms of the parties at that time failed. I wrote letters for over 7 months. In fact, even before I began writing letters, it was looking like my word against the Abures. And I said, no, if I don't put this into writing, it's going to be like my word against Abure. Hence, I started writing letters. So I wrote letters for over 7 months.
Who are you writing the letter to? Who are you writing this letter? Okay, and were there, did you have any other person in copy?
Of course. Okay. At some point, I had to involve our presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi. He was part of the meeting of our meetings, and he was trying to make Abure do the needful. But Abure sees himself as the boss of his own. He thinks he can do and undo. So he didn't even listen to Mr. Peter Obi. So he was to intervene and make sure that Abure did the right thing. But Abure never last.
All right. It seems to have, to have lost the connection. Okay, right. Welcome back.
Let's go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, I said Mr. Peter Obi tried as at that time to make Abure see reason for him to do the right thing, but Abure thought he sees himself as an emperor. Like, he can do and not do. He didn't even listen to Mr. Peter Obi. So that's why we are where we are today. Because if you had listened to Mr. Peter Obi, and if you had listened to reasonable voices that was talking to him at that time, to do the needful, I don't think we'll be where we are today. But he never did. Instead, he thought suspending me will silence me. But I'm not that woman to be silenced when I know I'm speaking from a place of authority and truth and strength.
Can you clarify, what the role of Aisha Yesufu and Pastor Etoa Ighodalo are, with regards to the accounts of the Labour Party?
Yes, Aisha Yusuf and the other person you mentioned, they were in charge of campaign funds, campaign accounts. They were the ones disbursing that, as I thought, they took charge of the account. They were signatories to that account of the campaign. And of course, it is within their power, because if you're running an election, you should have a campaign account that you're supposed to be spending from different from the party's accounts.
And would you say that, there was subsequent explanation, or did they give account for how the monies were being spent?
I remember when I came public last February, Aisha Yusuf came out to render account, and Abure has not done so. So if Aisha Yusuf has been woman enough to come out to render account, I'm wondering why Abure will not do the same thing if his hands are clean.
All right, I want us to
what we're supposed to do.
I want us to talk again about, and I need to clarify what your position is. I know you were the former treasurer, you're no longer the treasurer. Are you still a part of the Labour Party? I had seen the report of you being sanctioned or suspended for 6 months. Can you confirm that? And at the point, when that sanction was happening, what were the leaders of the Labour Party doing? Did they approve and endorse of this suspension?
The leaders of the party, like I said, they told Abure to look inward and solve the matter inwardly. But Abure felt he could do and undo. By the way, that suspension carried out on me was null and void, because INEC was never present at that suspension. Because for you to carry anything of such, INEC must be on ground. If you will check till today, you will see that INEC had not removed the names of elected members. If you see there now, if you can use your phone to browse, you will still see my name there, telling you that INEC was not even aware of the purported suspension on me. So the leaders of the party told Abure, do not do what you're about to do. Settle this thing inwardly. Let us listen to this one. Let us even scrutinize the account. But Abure said no. You have it his way. Of course, he was trying to do the beating of his paymasters in terms of those sponsoring him. Because he doesn't want the party to progress. He doesn't even care if the party does well or not. All he cares was trying to apply power and enrich himself.
One of the people that we've spoken about concerning these issues is Abayomi Arabambi. We spoke with him yesterday, and of course, he still has, similar allegations against Peter Obi and Aisha Yesufu and Pastor Etoa Ighodalo. He claims that, about maybe 1.4 billion naira, I believe, that was meant to be used to pay Labour Party delegates during the elections were allegedly diverted by these persons. And that's the reason, the Labour Party didn't have proper delegates and didn't have people to defend their case during the tribunal. Do you know anything about this? Where Labour Party delegates properly paid? Is this one of the reasons that the Labour Party also couldn't push its case in court, according to Arabambi?
I think you should have asked Arabambi where he got his narrative from. Does he have any proof? Was he even part of the said account? He wasn't part of the said account. So I don't know where he's getting his narrative from. You should have asked him where he's getting his narrative from. So I don't know. I don't want to join issues with what I am not too deep-rooted into. You should have asked him to get his proofs.
Okay, so I want us to also quickly go back to what you had said earlier when you said INEC still had you documented as the official treasurer because they were not aware of the suspension that had happened. Are you still recognized by INEC as the treasurer of the party?
As it stands now, the Labour Party has no structure. We don't have any structure from the ward, to the local government, to the state, down to the national. And again, the reason why INEC still has our name on its website, on our website, is because If INEC should remove every name on the website, that means the party is not in existence. That's why you still have our names there. We are the last known leadership of Labour Party. And I'm sure everybody in Nigeria is aware that there was a gathering in Umuahia over the weekend last week to put in place a committee that will see that the party does not go into extinction, because the party cannot function without a known leadership. If you watch again, sometimes last month, Abure was at INEC to attend an INEC program. But because INEC does not recognize him again as the chairman of the Labour Party, he was shown an exit door. Again, there were programs organized for political parties. Abure was not invited. Labour Party was not invited. And a party cannot grow like that. We have to forge ahead. That was why you saw leaders of the party, persons of Dr. Alex Chomoti, the governor of Abia State, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, the VP, our senators, our stakeholders, the TUC rep members came together because the party must not be allowed to die. That was why they did what we call an extensive delegate and stakeholders resolution meeting, where we will have the likes of Senator Usman Nenadi, Darlington also a senator, and others to fill in the gap, because there shouldn't be vacuum of anything. Filling the gap for a period of 90 to 120 to 180 days. Like their job is so simple. They're supposed to do what Congress is, from what Congress is, local government election, and Congress to state Congress, and down to national convention.
Right. Can you help us understand what the current reality, I mean, up until now, with the Labour Party has been saying the past 1-2 months, and you've already started that conversation, because it feels like there are multiple people vying for leadership. On the one hand, there's Julius Abure, who thinks that he's the leader. There's Callistus Okafor, who thinks that he's the leader. There's now this 29-member committee led by Senator Nenadi Usman, who have been appointed at the stakeholders meeting, even though that has been criticized by Julius Abure. So when the Labour Party has meetings, is it that there are multiple meetings in different factions that are happening, and where would you say that the majority of the supporters or the members of the party are leaning towards?
Okay, anybody can claim to be anything, so long as it suits them. They can claim to be anything. But if you watched what happened in Abia State, you saw the caliber of people there, the men that were there, the women. What Abure had in the party, at the party secretariat 2 days back, I learned he had his birthday party. And I'm wondering why Abure should take his birthday party to the office. Even as popular as he thought he was, he could not even attract a single reps member. And no senator was there. No governor, the governor was not even there. So what you have in Umuahia, I want to refer to it to say and to tell the whole world that the party has just kick-started into the right direction of fixing all the mess that Abure himself has created as cause. So the right and authentic leadership of the Labour Party lies within these men and women that I mentioned, that's ably led by Senator Usman Nenadi. So anybody can claim to be whatever they want to claim.
My question, my last question would be back to the campaign funds. Can you share some clarity on how funds were mostly generated for the campaign? Did they come in through donations? Or the was Labour Party able to generate its own funds?
When I came out public, I never said that the campaign funds were missing. I was specific, talked about the Labour Party fund. And if you will also recall, Aisha Yusuf and others have also come out to say how this money were disbursed, generated, and a whole lot of issues that they raised. And I also had to listen to Aisha Yusuf's this thing yesterday, part of it, where she was able to also give insight of what we never even knew that happened. She also was able to give a clear record of what had happened. So I want to say that I have never at any point in time said that campaign funds were missing. I was specific, and that's why I want to insist and stand on my ground to maintain that the Labour Party fund were misappropriated. I don't want to speak on the issue of campaign funds. I never said anything about campaign funds missing.
Not aware of the 1,000 naira donation that Aisha Yusufu talked about, saying that Julius Abure had asked people to donate 1,000 naira to an account that he created to be able to be a part of, have a voice in the Labour Party. Are you aware or not of that account or of that fund? I
am aware of that account. In fact, if you also recall, there was a time I actually made a video soliciting for funds. People should donate their 1,000. But that was part of what formed my anger, like my basis of why I went public, because at some point I thought that we owe it to a large number of persons, of Nigerians, to tell them what has happened with the money donated to the party. And I thought Abure we owe it to Nigerians to tell them what has happened to the money, because I made a video soliciting for funds, and Abure said no. So I'm aware of that account. I am aware of that account, and Abure has refused for us to tell Nigerians what their money was used for.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I think we're going to have further conversations on this. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. And as things develop, we would like to speak with you again.
And we should probably put out an open invitation to Julius Abure to come and speak on the show as well. Thank you.